Welcome back, archery friends. Today I wanted to tell the story about how I got my two Darton bows. The first Darton, the Tempest ET, the red one, I actually got from a good friend of mine, Coulter Default. He is the owner and operator, well, one of the owners of Triggered Archery in Minnesota. And I actually met him when I started TikToking about my archery content and building arrows. At the time, I was using an old PSE rally that I had intended to take to the Lancaster Archery Classic in 2025. And as the great guy that he is, he went out of his way to make this bow for me to take to Lancaster to give me a better opportunity at trying to win. Now, I've been through a lot with this bow. When I first got it, unfortunately, tragedy struck. And I was still a new archer when I first got it. I was super excited when it came in the mail. I pulled it out of the package and I did what every newbie, inexperienced archer does at some point or another. I put my hand on the string and wrenched it back without an arrow. And it was my first experience with a real target bow. And I was absolutely amazed that it had like no weight once it got over the hill on its let off. And as I was letting it down, as soon as the weight kicked back in, it ripped the string out of my hand and dry fired with me standing there right in my living room. Now, unfortunately, it did sustain a little bit of damage, but thankfully, because I was honest about me goofing up and accidentally dry firing it, when I contacted Darton, they actually sent me out a set of replacement cams for it. Now, at the time, I didn't have a way to get the cams put on, and unfortunately, the string that Coulter and his guys had made for me also sustained a fair amount of damage, so it had to be replaced. And unfortunately, I was not able to take to Lancaster like I had originally intended, but that's where the story takes a turn. So at one point, I'm looking around. This was before I contacted Darton. I'm looking around trying to find somebody with cams that I could throw on here so I could get the bow ready to take with me. And at the time, I think I was maybe 2 weeks away from the competition, so I was already cutting it close, and I could see my window of opportunity fading and closing very, very fast. And I was super upset, so I started calling everybody in town who was a quote-unquote Darton dealer, and I actually found somebody who didn't have cams but offered me a solution that was just as good. So I happened to get a hold of a guy by the name of Kevin Beach, who is a Darton certified dealer, and he's also a staff shooter on Team Darton. I told him the story about what happened, about how upset I was, but I was completely honest. So while he's on the phone with me, he's looking around. He said, "Look, man, I don't have a set of cams, but if you come up to the Broken Rack Pro shop, let me take a look at your bow. I think I have a solution for you." So I pack my bow up and I head out to the pro shop. So I get to the pro shop and I'm waiting for him to get there. I'm super nervous because I'm meeting an industry professional. I'm meeting somebody who is in the position that I see myself being in the future. So he gets there, he gets out of his truck, and he's got this gray Darton in his hand, and it's just the bow. It doesn't have a sight, balance bar, doesn't have anything. It's just a bow with the string. So he walks across the parking lot and he hands it to me. He said, "Here, check this out." So I take the bow from him and then I hand him my red Darton, and as he's looking it over and I'm looking at the gray bow, and I'm kind of confused. I'm like, what's going on, So he says, yeah, this red one's pretty much done for. You're gonna need new cams. Your limbs might also be damaged, so you need to have somebody take a closer look at it before you decide to use this again and make sure it's repaired properly. But in the meantime, you can have that. Go to Lancaster, do good, and have fun. I'm telling you right now, I had chills running up and down my body. This man just gave me this bow. I mean, I to this day, I still don't have words for how grateful I am. And it's kind of crazy because later that night when I went to sleep, I had a really strange dream. In the dream, I was sitting up in my bed, and I don't remember how I had got there, but this resplendent being walked into my room with the bow in its hands, and he loaded a really crooked, wicked looking sword onto the string and fired it at me, and the sword hit me in the chest. And in the instant I woke up, I spoke the name Raziel. In ancient Hebrew, Raziel is the angel of secrets or the angel of wisdom. And I knew from that moment that I was going to have a very special relationship with this bow, and that I was going to do great things with it in my hands. So this is the bow that I took to Lancaster, and I had shot better than I ever shot before. And it was an amazing experience, and I wanted to share it with everybody that's watching. So if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you for keeping up and following along with my story. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. I really appreciate that, and it helps my channel out. It helps out small creators like myself. If you like this content and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell, and I will make another video soon. Thanks again for watching. My name's Adam, and I'm that archery guy.